Thank you, Doug. I hope you can hear me. Can you please confirm?
Clearly.
Okay, fantastic. I will speak in English for everybody to switch to the right language. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this two-day symposium, or it has become a three-day symposium on the Atlantic Ocean Tropical Tuna Tagging Program, in short, the aottp. The Secretariat was so kind to propose to put my slides on the screen, and I hope they will be doing that. We will start with the first slide, which is about an introduction. So let me say that I am very honored to open this important event on one of the most important and biggest scientific projects that iccat has ever run. And this even more so as this project was started when I was the European Union's head of delegation in iccat. I would also like to take the opportunity to express my gratitude to the aottp team and the iccat Secretariat for organizing and supporting this important symposium in these difficult times. I'm really delighted to be given the opportunity to deliver this keynote presentation for the aottp symposium, and I'm looking forward to a long way since the first discussions on a large-scale research program for tropical tunas in iccat. And we will have the chance today and tomorrow to go over some of its remarkable achievements. But first, I would like to give you an insight into how all this started and why. And this brings me to the second slide, the importance of iccat. So first, let's have a quick look at iccat and why this regional fisheries management organization matters so much for so many people. As you know, iccat is the biggest regional fisheries management organization with currently 53 contracting parties and 5 cooperating non-contracting parties. The vast majority of this membership has some form of interest in the fisheries for tropical tunas. Moreover, the majority of these parties are developing coastal states. Therefore, the fisheries managed by iccat are highly relevant for food security. Slide 3 continues on the importance of iccat for the European Union. But iccat is not only important for developing countries, it's also a very important regional fisheries management organization for the European Union. Many of our 27 member states have a long-lasting tradition of fishing for tunas in both the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic. In many cases, these activities can even be tracked back to antiquity. Tuna stocks have sustained our coastal communities for thousands of years. And this is also best illustrated by the sheer number of European Union fishing vessels. In fact, there are currently just under 9,800 European Union vessels authorized in iccat, most of them small artisanal vessels. Slide 4 shows you the importance of tropical tunas in iccat. In 2019, the total catch of all iccat species was just under 785,000 tons, with 470,000 tons corresponding to the catches of the 3 tropical tuna species, big-eye tuna, skipjack, and yellowfin tuna. This represents over 60% of all iccat catches. 4,395 tons, or about 34% of all catches in iccat. Tropical tunas are therefore arguably the most important stocks for iccat, and their sustainable management is and has to be a top priority. So what's our policy like in the context of regional fisheries management organizations? That's the subject of slide 5. We in the European Union manage our fisheries in accordance with the principles and objectives of the so-called common fisheries policy. And as part of this policy, we strongly advocate RFMOs as the most relevant fora to manage fisheries for highly migratory species and straddling stocks. For our positions in international negotiations, including in RFMOs, We follow the same objectives and principles, and one of the most important principles is that conservation measures must be based on the best available scientific advice, that the European Union supports the development of scientific knowledge and advice to ensure that the decisions of regional fisheries management organizations are based on solid scientific advice. Slide 6 now shows you the European Union contribution to science in iccat. So according to our mandate to finance science, the European Union is also the biggest contributor to iccat's scientific body, the SCRS, and this in various ways. First, there is the participation of our scientists, which is crucial for the work and functioning of the SCRS. Second, the European Union is also the largest sponsor in terms of financial contributions to the Commission, in particular for scientific activities. Every year, the Union's contributions are in the order of €2 million to support scientific activities in iccat. The next slide shows you more. This EU support is a channel for international cooperation and development of the European Commission, as also mentioned before by Doug, DG DevCo in short. These DevCo funds co-funded more than 80% of the aottp program, so for an amount of about €13.5 million. In addition, the European Union also provides substantial contributions to the iccat Capacity Fund to facilitate the participation of scientists from developing countries to SCRS meetings. So you can see that when it comes to the importance of science in iccat, the EU is delivering on its commitments and is assuming more than its share. Without the European Union support, SCRS activities would be drastically restricted and the work of the Commission would also be impacted. But now let me move to slide 8, the sustainable management of tropical tunas as a priority. I mentioned earlier the importance of tropical tunas in iccat for most iccat parties and in particular for developing countries. The sustainable management of these stocks, and according to the best available science, is therefore in the interest of everybody. However, tropical tunas have been the subject of a gradual and steady increase in fishing pressure, especially in the last 15 years. Hence, the sustainability of these fisheries is increasingly at stake. Currently, big-eyed tuna is both overfished and subject to overfishing, and yellowfin tuna is subject to overfishing. The availability of good scientific information and consequently a better management and more sustainable stocks are key for food security and for supporting and improving fishery-based livelihoods in developing coastal countries. This brings me to slide 9 on sound management requires good science. In order to manage these important resources, managers need the best scientific information available. But back in 2010, it was clear, according to the SCRS, that key parameters for the population dynamics of tropical tunas were missing and poorly estimated. This in turn added uncertainties to the stock assessment for these stocks. At that time, the SCRS made it clear to the iccat Commission that a large-scale research program was needed, based on tagging methodologies, in order to accurately estimate population dynamics parameters such as stock structure, growth, natural mortality, and fishing mortality. In a nutshell, not too much time ago, and despite the importance of these stocks, crucial information was still missing in order to take sound management decisions. Slide 10. So that's why in 2014, iccat launched a feasibility study for a large-scale tagging program, and on that basis, concluded that such a program would greatly help in resolving uncertainties about the stock dynamics of tropical species. Being aware of the important contribution of similar large-scale tagging programs in the Indian Ocean and in the Pacific, the European Union immediately identified this as a priority for the organization, and we explored also how to support such a program. But finding sources for financial support turned out to be more challenging than anticipated. Fortunately, at the end, we were able to secure the necessary funds and the participation of other parties to co-fund this initiative. One crucial dimension for us was how to ensure the development of scientific capacity in the developing coastal states. This has been achieved through the participation and training of scientists, not in training and tech recovery operations, but crucially also in terms of the analysis of the data collected. So, what's the success? Slide 11. So what have all these joint efforts brought about? We are today at a very exciting stage of this program, with substantial amounts of valuable data feeding into the stock assessment for the various stocks of tropical tunas. You will hear today, I think somebody has to mute the micro. So to continue on the success, you will hear today and tomorrow how this new data already significantly improves our understanding of the population dynamics of tropical tunas. This will, of course, also pave the way for the adoption in the near future of harvest control rules for these stocks. In addition, the program has also opened new doors to the development of scientific capacity in developing countries. The aottp has provided training and capacity building to developing coastal countries in all aspects of tagging at sea, tech recovery, and data transmission methodologies. There is now the capacity to undertake national or sub-regional tagging programs after the project closes. This capacity building under the project has in turn increased the confidence of national fisheries research institutions in developing coastal countries to further engage in tuna fisheries science and management. So the aottp has also been highly successful in both stimulating regional and transatlantic cooperation. This has been made possible by a unique opportunity that RFMOs like iccat offer for cooperation between the countries, stakeholders, and scientists. We, the European Union, are therefore very pleased with the success of this program, not only in terms of what it means for the sustainable management of tropical tunas, but also for the future of iccat itself. And success on slide 12 continues. The aottp provides the blueprint for possible future similar large-scale programs for other iccat species, but also in other RFMOs. While the objectives of the aottp have been met in terms of the number of fish to be tagged, there is, however, still an important number of tags not recovered yet, and consequently, larger amounts of information to be recovered. An immediate priority is therefore to ensure that important activities continue in the near future to ensure the continuation of the tag recovery and data analysis. This is required to secure full return on the investments made under this important program. Ladies and gentlemen, slide 13, let me come to an end and conclude by thanking everybody from my heart for making the aottp a success. The European Union would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge the tremendous of many, in particular there, the iccat Secretariat, the other donors, and all the fisheries administrations in the partner countries. Many, many, many thanks to all of you, also for being here today, although only virtually. I wish you a successful symposium and fruitful discussions. And last but not least, a Happy New Year, and let's hope that we will soon be able to meet in person again. Thank you.